Welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial we'll actually demonstrate some basic concepts in .NET using Visual Basic .NET, VB.NET to create some simple websites. Not really websites, I think it's the concepts can be used for web applications or websites, whatever you say. Okay. Just you can start. I think this is based on Visual Web Developer 2008 Express Edition. You can get it freely downloadable from the website, and you can also implement these things in your Visual Studio 2008 or Visual Studio IDE. It will support. And after the tutorial is done, I will also provide the corresponding code into one of my articles in justetc.net. It is not there yet, but after I am done with the tutorial, I will be putting all the code and also the video in one of the article in my website www.justetc.net. Anyway, I think the name of the article will be pretty similar to basic concepts in .NET web application development or similar, or check in our .NET section, .NET web application section, you will find it. Anyway, so first I'm demonstrating this layout demos, how you can create different layouts in .NET ASP.NET. I think this is just the introduction. You can create more advanced interfaces later. We will provide tutorials on that also, but in the beginning this may help. Okay, just to understand, we can add Visual Basic waveform test okay. Click here, go to the design view. For interface creation, what you can do, you can go to toolbar and you can bring a label, button, text box, list box, whatever you want and wherever you want to put them. Actually at this moment you see that they are coming one after another, and it's also not easy to move them here and there. It sounds difficult, but maybe using the keyboard may help a bit. Using the keyboard you can put a new line. Okay, then you can use the space bar to move them right. However, I think this may be pretty difficult to do in this way. It could be better if you could move them with your mouse here and there. I think in previous versions of Visual Basics you could move them easily, and also in Visual Studio 2005 or .NET 2005 version there was a layout menu. From there you could change the positioning of the controls to absolute positioning, and after setting that you could move them around. But in 2008 I think you are more restricted on that, you can do it maybe using absolute. Then you can maybe have to drag using this box, just the label. So now you can move back and forth, but if you go to the other controls, you really can't. So I think, but if you go and change it absolute, so you can now move it. If you can move it here, then this one, format, set position, absolute. So this is the way you can work. I think you can use the first approach, placing them and then using the keyboard, enter key and spacebar, that may work. Second approach, you can use the set position absolute and then you can move around. And another approach can be, you can put a layer on the form and put the controls there, and then you can set the layer to be absolute positioning and move the total layer. In that way all the controls will move along with that. And another approach can be, you can forget about creating the user interface, the website user interface using .NET environment. Rather you can code it explicitly by yourself using coding environment, and you can use the table structure to put the controls on that and to align them appropriately. Or you can use the CSS and div to align, to put the controls in the right places. Or you can use a mix of CSS div tag and the table tag, HTML table, to make your layout just look good and also make it easier to develop. But one thing to note, as I was telling about using tables. For tables you don't need to use the code view. Maybe you can also use it in the design mode. Insert table, 3 rows, 2 columns, I think it is here, and then you can put controls here, and you can also align them, right align or left align. Say here let another label control and another text box control. So for the positioning, what you can do, you can change the align property, right, align property right. So you can manage your layout like this if you use table, and then maybe you can also use the positioning the total table, that may work. Okay, so you can create the interface like this. And another approach can be, you can use CSS styles to create the layout first, overall layout, and then put the control here. Actually in this tutorial I have provided some CSSs for this purpose. If you see 2-column CSS, so if you come here, actually I am assuming a web page that will contain a top banner and a left menu and a right side, right body. I think that will be that will contain the contents of the website, whatever you say. So I am defining the different division. I think this is with ID top banner, this is with ID body left, this is with ID body right, and I am providing the different CSS properties, and based on this you can create the web page. Right, for 2-column web page, what I am doing, I am linking it to this 2column.css here, and there are three div sections in the web page. Div. Actually, this is using the ID top banner, so these properties will apply. Text align center, padding bottom 100 pixel, that will be applied here. Another one is left menu, so this will get applied there. It is using body left and body right. I think this CSS will get applied there. And if you want to see this 2-column web page in the design mode, so you see this is the top banner, and this is the left menu, and this is the right content. You may have to adjust the width and height a bit so that it looks right. I think I originally developed this web page for a different resolution. I think that's why it got changed. Maybe I could test it for different resolution settings. I think that's one way. When you finally develop or seriously develop web application, you are supposed to test your web pages in different resolutions and also in different browsers. I think I did not take into account at that point. So another thing is 3-column CSS. You see top banner, left, center and right. I think this one is using that. So you see the top banner, the left menu, the content and the right menu. If you want to check it in the browser, you can also do it, and it will appear in a similar way. Actually, I think in traditional web design, many times it is recommended that you use CSS div tag to create your outside layout of your web pages, and then you can use table to create the internal structure of the individual div section. So this is the way it looks. I think 3-column web page with a title, with a banner. You can put the banner, slogan and images, your brand, everything you can put there. So I think this is it. And if you want to put other stuffs, I think these are the hyperlink controls. Okay, you can put the other controls here. Link button. I think it overlapped. Okay, I think I can go to the source and I will understand what is going on there. Okay, actually I put them in the same row. I think I use the traditional HTML link, but you can definitely use something different. Okay, maybe if you wanna put a link button here, you can do it.